morning and welcome to our Kids Online Cooking Club here at the Priest River Library here in Priest River, Idaho, where this morning it has rained about 10 drops. We're very excited about that because we haven't seen any rain in a while, and well, you guys always get the weather report from me. It's sort of like a side bonus. Anyway, today's recipe is Krista's Secret Goo. Okay, little backstory. One of my first jobs as a teenager was working in a sandwich shop. And this was the goo that we used in there. And it just adds a lot of flavor to sandwiches. So I'm gonna make the goo and I'm gonna make one of my favorite sandwiches for you today. Now, one of the reasons why I'm doing that is because the video I actually shot for you earlier this week didn't turn out very well. It was disappointing. The recipe was disappointing. But on top of that though, is when I got done shooting the entire video, I went to shut off the camera and it turns out that the camera had stopped filming halfway through the video. And so here I had this recipe that was less than satisfying. It wasn't very good. And because you guys know that I film these things, usually just the first, I've never done them before, the recipe, I'm trying them for you for the first time. So this didn't work out very well. So this is what you do when you have a failure or some kind of technical difficulty. You just go at it again. So you're going to notice things look a little differently today. If you've been following our videos, please let me know if this is working better. I realize we still have some acoustics things to work out. We're working on that in the library at the moment. So just bear with us on the sound. But let me know if the table, this is a little bit more like Food Network kind of stuff. We're going to keep trying this to do it at the counter. It's easier for you guys to see what I'm doing rather than me turning around. So let us know what you think. Meanwhile, we're going to get to making my secret goo. All right, not a lot of complication to this. This is going to take about a cup of mayonnaise, and you can make this in whatever size batch you want, okay? So in other words, if you want to make this a bigger batch, which I've done, and then you can put it in a jar or some kind of a covered dish, and it'll keep in the refrigerator for quite a while, at least a couple weeks. So we're going to do that. We've got about a half a cup of mayonnaise, and you can do this to taste. If you want to add a little more something or take away a little something, you can do that. I like having this table. I can just turn around and put the dishes in the sink. That kind of works for me. Okay, so we have mayonnaise, and we're going to do about a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon or so. Interesting noises the mustard makes, of course. About a teaspoon of mustard. And then the secret ingredient here is something I learned from the gal that I worked for years ago. And that's powdered ranch dressing. Now, the deal with this, though, is you really do need to let this sit. So we're going to let this goo, it's going to sit for a good 15 minutes or so because the dressing needs to get in with the mayonnaise, and then you stir it a little bit more again. So we're going to go ahead and mix this up. It's just, and it'll come out kind of a pale yellow. And if you really don't like mustard, you don't have to add it. Then you can just make it as a straight kind of ranch thing. Or if you really liked like a spicy mustard, you could change it up to that. This is the basics of it right here. It's a little bit pale. It's got, you can see a little bit of parsley flakes from the ranch. We're going to set this in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. Then we're going to come back and we're going to assemble one of my favorite sandwiches, which is also self-serving because I can have it for lunch today. Anyway, and you get a secret recipe in the mix. So I'm going to pause the camera now. We're going to come back in a little bit, and then we're going to complete making our sandwich. So we'll see you in just a little bit. Stay with us. Okay, we're back. I've pulled our goo out of the refrigerator. This gives me a minute to talk also about food safety, just so you guys know. Any of the ingredients that I had out here that I was using earlier, the mayonnaise, the mustard, I took the cucumber and cheese that were out here for demonstration purposes, and I put everything in the refrigerator just to keep it cold because that's what you do. You do not leave things like fresh foods and things that belong in the refrigerator, normally you do not leave them out. So I've just pulled this back out of the refrigerator, washed my hands again, and now we're going to make my favorite sandwich. So the goo is set up now, and spread a pretty decent amount of it on here. My dad still swears from when I was a teenager that I make the best sandwiches in the world, and I think it's really actually just because he likes the goo. So this gives it a little bit more zest to it. Okay, so I've got my 2 slices of bread. They both have goo on each side, and I am now going to put some sprouts. Actually, I think I'll do the cucumber first. Cucumber sliced, I've peeled it, and this is just a vegetable sandwich. It's summertime, the cucumbers are coming on in the garden, tomatoes are coming on, so I just really kind of I like vegetable sandwiches. That's just me. But you could throw some turkey on it, you could make this with anything. You could even, if you like tuna, you could use the goo as your tuna base. So in other words, instead of just using maybe mayonnaise in your tuna salad, you could use this goo to be in that. So we've got cucumbers, and we have sprouts, and now I'm going to show you avocado. This is how we do an avocado. Okay, I've twisted that off. Luckily, it's a perfect avocado. and I leave the pit in here, and I'll wrap this part up and put it back in the refrigerator when we're finished. The pit helps keep it from turning brown, and that goes for even when you make guacamole as well. So this is a professional thing. This is how I learned how to do avocado, and you can fan it out. There we go. Okay, then I have 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese, because that's one of my favorites, and there. That is my lunch. So, from the Priest River Library, here in beautiful Priest River, Idaho, go out and make a sandwich today. Get some vegetables out of your garden if you have a garden, and make some goo, and you can put this on any kind of bread. It's adaptable to anything. So now you know the secret goo recipe. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Bye.